Let me open that. I can't open.
Go ahead, open it.
I can't open.
You need me to open it?
Yeah. Before I rip out my nail that I actually am persisting to keep alive.
Okay. Well, I think we were here looking to see if there was anything else that we could grab.
Mm-hmm. Just remember that we were trying to there's a little bit left in the wilderness to complete.
Right. So I'm not 100%. Was it that there was still something left in the wilderness, or was it?
Yeah, there was 3 or 4 items left, and that's why we're trying to find them.
Oh, okay. Also, someone from Canada is soon to be opening up their commissions for making plushies. So I'm thinking of seeing if I can get a Squidly Feederson from them.
Why can't you just make your own Squidly Feederson?
Huh?
Why can't you just make your own Squidly Feederson?
Because I want a professionally made plushie with the minky fur.
Mm.
You know, that super touchable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Oh, look, a flower. There's a flower over there for...
Get over there. Yeah, remember we kept passing this and we how the fuck you get over there?
Oh, right. It's down that way, I believe. Is it? Or...
Is there a whole roundabout section or something? What is it? Keep going. You can't go forward?
I'm trying to think,
No, I'm talking about in the right side that you were going from. I wouldn't be surprised
it's going completely around.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we came from.
No way.
Let's see.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we're just delirious because we starve and...
Go backward.
I'm going.
Because if we haven't, because then we will have some sort of interactable.
Yeah.
Instead of just going
so
smoothly.
But also, I find this hilarious because we're making such an effort to get a flower for Tammy.
I mean, if there's gems too, we need to get that fucking gem.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, remember we couldn't fight something?
Okay, we already got... Well, we would have to fight more of Rikis, but this is not where we would fight them.
No, remember that we were trying to fight some sort of big fluff bush shit, and we couldn't fight it?
Bush bowl?
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Should we getting near the flower right now? You know, the art scheme reminds me of Ombu.
Everything reminds you of Ombu.
No, I'm being serious. The art scheme reminds me of Ombu.
Something really catches your eye. Okay, we'll just get a gem from here because we're at 97 stress, so this will be the last thing that we can do before we have to go home. Okay. And then we'll have to de-stress on the last month of the wet season before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Thanks for making that part easy. +2 to the last card, so you're sitting there. You're sitting there. You're sitting there. Because you are our butt. And you know what? I'll use the mushwood log because nobody else likes them for some reason.
Or we just don't find the right person.
But the thing is, we've talked to everybody.
With an attempt of giving mushroom much life?
Yeah.
Maybe some new character.
Probably. Yep, we got a crystal cluster. Too tired to continue. We go home. Spend the month exploring. 3 perception, 1 animals, which is... Yeah, perception is our biggest trait now.
So we're a freaking ninja?
We don't have the medicinals for you, though. Dice is curiously studying a small bleached white animal skull. Look at this, he says, and holds it out to you. There's mushrooms growing on this one. I didn't know that fungus could grow in bone. It's kind of like everything on this planet was designed to work together. He throws the skull back into the wilderness. Well, except us. Well, that's the thing.
Just like Avatar. You're one with nature.
It's literally just made of calcium, so yeah, it would make sense. Tammy flags you down as you pass through the lounge. She presses a palm-sized lump of hard grain bread into your hand. I saved you some food, she says in a serious look on her face. Please keep your strength up. Okay, yeah, Tammy's way too pure for us. Way too pure. What do you think of my hair? Mars asked, fiddling with the ends of her twists. I see you eyeing it. I'm growing it out. She sighs and buries her face in her hands. It's so boring here. I am literally watching my hair grow.
You're telling me that you count every 3 days to see if it grew longer.
There. Okay, so now we're going to go relax in geoponics where we can be by our family and play with Squidly. Yeah, the mood in geoponics is tense. Everyone is working themselves to the point of exhaustion, trying to get enough plants in the ground to survive this year. Relax in the park. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It has grown from a precious seed bank preserved for over 20 years aboard the Stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Ventruma. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. Well,
they still have their advanced
technology, yes.
Yes. So why aren't they dissecting the plants to figure out what their cells and like just their DNA and stuff to figure out what's so different from the Earth thing to the Ventrumas?
Well, considering that the plants and the fungi are one and the same, probably the cell walls are more. I know it's not cellulose.
Because I'm like, obviously, her parents all about the food process. So I'm like, why aren't they looking at like scientific database or something like that to dissect it and see like, okay, well, this is the difference. Is this compatible for human consumption and blah 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 blah.
That's what the pixie beans were.
Yeah, but they found it.
No, but the pixie beans were incompatible with humans because of what happened. Remember, Dice became a man. No, and the thing is, the soil itself is not compatible with the earth plants. Like, they were able to grow the ornamental plants, but the thing is...
but remember, just like how earth plants, we always dissected to make different new breeds. So why can't they dissect that?
They splice them? Because they have to be...
implant things to make it compatible. They do that here.
Yes, but they have to be within the same group. Just like how, if you want to crossbreed species, they have to be within the same family. So, like, you can do it with pears, you can do it with oranges and tangerines because they are in the same family. Technically, you could probably do it with apples and pomegranates. But what I'm trying to say is, this is a foreign entity for those types of plants, and they can't survive. So it could be like the ground is too acidic, the ground is too alkaline, all the way down to the point of the bacteria that is in the soil is not compatible with the plants. That's what the problem is that they can't get it to grow. Like, but the thing is like, ever since Solana has been going outside, they've realized that everything is interconnected in some kind of way. Which makes it even more curious of why the ornamental plants can survive but not the edibles. And just like how we're getting attacked every year.
Are they attracted to human too?
They see that there's something wrong and they're trying to eliminate it. Think of it as
it reminds me of the anime of Sidonia, because there's alien species that kept going after them. You're wondering how they're able to track them. Why they keep going attacking them? Because they own parts of them inside the ship. Because they use their own bodies.
It's not that. Like
Yeah.
in the case of this,
But how do you know? What if they don't have an item that is attracting them?
it's no. Here's the thing about the possibility of terraforming a planet. If there is a native species there, you're terraforming to benefit your species. And what happens when you try to benefit your species? It does
You
not.
become an avatar. You go attack the foreign species to get out of my house.
Yes, but basically, you are a virus that is infecting the planet.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. Okay, let me put it like this in Pokemon. Remember how Pick-a-Peck exists? The little woodpecker Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
All right.
And the Rattatas ended up jumping on ships and coming to the Kalos region and start eating the Pick-a-Pecks, because that was the invasive species that was destroying the native species.
Mm-hmm.
So unless there's something of the native species that can eat the Rattata, it was just going to screw up the ecosystem, because the ecosystem is delicate enough that if you take off one piece of that chain, the whole thing will collapse.
Right.
Case in point, us starving.
Mm-hmm.
So their solution was to bring in the young goose to eat the Rattata, but they didn't realize that they are active at different times. And because they weren't able to catch and eat the Rattata, they were eating the Pick-a-Pecks as well, further harming that ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing that's going on here. Mm-hmm. We are the Rattata, and Vertruma is the Pick-a-Peck.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, every other species is trying to save the Pick-a-Peck from us.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the issue lies. So just like how I was trying to say that Solana has realized that things seem to be interconnected, like might as well be nerve cells of a body.
You're talking about Dice? No, you're saying no. Didn't you just read Dice saying like, oh, it's interesting how these are like in.
Because the fungus was growing on a skull, but the thing is, fungus will grow on anything.
That's true.
Because it is the species that popped up somewhere along the line of evolution to break down these, like the dead and the decaying.
Mm-hmm.
So this was, like I said, like a couple of videos ago, that the fungus are the janitors. They basically break down and change things to the point that it can be used again. Like that's our giant recycler.
Mm-hmm.
So it will eat through bone. It will eat through plastic. It will eat through flesh. It will eat through just about anything, because that's what its job is.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah. And we were just sitting here arguing over this for too long. But what I was trying to say is, because they see that these are not really a type of plant that is needed for human consumption, it's just there. If this is like a hive mind kind of thing, then they're allowing these plants to live. It's not allowing the plants that we would use to eat to live. Yeah, that's the issue. It isn't really just like, oh, we have a part of it. No.
No, I mean, I don't mean literally they have a part of it, but I'm saying like they sense something like it feels off. We don't want it.
We are the thing that is off.
That's what I was trying to say. I didn't mean it literally. We have a piece of your core or whatever. No.
Because like literally, I think if the pieces that were like for the algae and the soil, the microbial soil generator and stuff, if that didn't break, we would be able to grow our food. And just like how I was trying to tell you, like what hydroponics is, they could have did it in a way.
You put oxygen not included. I want to see you crash and burn. I want to see you crash and burn on oxygen not included.
I will set fire to your new PC. Don't you think I can't? You sleep until 6 at night. I can sneak in your room and break your shit.
Is it so wrong to see you crash and burn and oxygen not included?
No, it's not. But it seems like every time I'm trying to explain to you the science of something, it's like...
No, I am listening and I understand. But I'm saying, what you saying these things, giving me references and pop-ups that can correlate with it. Oxygen not included. Similar factors. They're trying to survive. Idiots are trying to survive.
I can control these idiots better than the ones who get their heads stuck in blocks.
Which is fucking hilarious.
They're like in their 20s and 30s. How the fuck do they not know how to keep their head out of a block?
How do you know they're 20s and 30s?
If you can make something out of metal, I would think you would know not to put your head in it.
Hey, you forget Neverland be making crazy ass shit too, but they're children.
But those
With
are
high intelligent
Here's
brain
the thing.
children.
They're children. They don't have experience of living. And these are supposed to be replicants of people who were alive. So what the fuck is wrong with them? It'd be the same thing that I would worry about you if we ever had to do a situation like these guys have to do a situation. I'm pretty sure I have to stop you from licking things.
Hey!
Am I wrong?
Only if it looks like food.
Exactly.
I don't want to lick something that looks sus as hell.
Yes, you would.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would.
No, if it looks edible, it looks like food, then yes.
But think about this. You'd be stuck on there for 10 years and you have to have a partner and you have to poop out a child.
Oh, hell no.
And you have to actually work.
I mean, if it's just to survive, then I'll do the same like Dr. Stone, because it'd be kind of, well, not interesting, but like trying to survive. So Dr. Stone, yes. But it depends on who's next.
Okay, now I even have to ask this. Would you even memorize how to do the shit?
No, I would need Senku to be next to me to point that shit out. I'd be like, hey, bro, I don't understand the bullshit. You need to say A, B, C. If it's A to D and D to A, then I'll understand. If you give me all that scientific bullshit, I'm like, I'll just dig a 6-foot hole and then burn myself up.
I know we will both be dead, but I didn't think you'd be dead in a week.
Hey, you need to make it simpler. Even the dumbasses in Stone Land don't understand what he's saying. I'm basically... Oh, no, that's an insult to my honor if I say his name. What was that dumbass name? Senku's best friend.
I don't remember, but...
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I understand.
I was like, that's an insult to my honor if I say it.
Okay, let's
No, I would be that girl that the dumbass would be like, I don't understand what's going on, but I'll try my best to help out.
You don't have the gorilla strength or the endurance to deal with that shit.
That's what I'm saying, but her tenacity and her trying her best. I'm that girl. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'll try my best.
And then you'll fall, and then you'll sit there and be like, Chinese lady! Can you do it? I am not wrong, am I?
Hey, it depends if it's a project that I can't do. That's why you put me into something that I can help with.
Like teaching the children how to use Legos. That's what you'll be in charge of.
No, I'll be teaching the goddamn children how to do a stabby stick, like get in and fucking then spin it.
Until you get stabbed in the ass by nougat.
Oh God, or nougat will be a goddamn kohaku.
Okay. Let's go back to the game. We went
She'll
on
be
to
Kohaku's best friend.
We've been on.
Think about it. She'll be Kohaku's best friend.
Evelyn.
Give her a goddamn sword. They'll be like, yeah!
Evelyn?
I should have kept the other drinking so I can be swinging like swords.
Evelyn, calm down.
But you know it's fucking true.
Okay, but here's the thing.
And she'll be doing backflips and jumps and everything just like her. And you'll be like, oh, I want to do that too.
Okay, can we get off of this segue and get back to
the minute you did your science talk project made me think of other things to correlate. You already know it's going to go downhill.
I know it's going to go downhill, but damn, we've been going for like 10 minutes.
And it was a good-ass 10 minutes.
Okay. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers. What velvety pub... Wait. They don't know what a rose is? He stopped to literally smell the roses.
Okay.
And they don't know what a rose is.
Well, they never been on Earth.
Yes, a fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. The only smooth-ass petals that usually would be like that are roses. And they got the bright red ones.
I thought tulips were part of that. Aren't tulips...
Tulips are more bell-shaped, I think.
No, that's true.
Wow, they smell so weird. They smell so sweet. It's so weird. My mom
Roses smell good. Ever since I had a live plant, I never know how they smell like.
Is it such a waste of space, or it's so peaceful? I'll put peaceful because we're all going to hell.
Really? You got everything positive? Like, I know we're just going to hell, so just drop it.
There's no food. We're gonna start eating each other. there's probably gonna be a chance that we're gonna have to fight our parents to keep Squidly alive.
Just because we lost Earth soil.
Mm-hmm. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant.
So that means they're using water sources from a tumor, right?
Yeah, so they probably filter
So that means they don't got earth water, no earth soil.
Yeah. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. The Astronita. Your mom's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the path and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's beautiful.
Well, why don't you take that goddamn plant, dissect it to find out what... Let's find out why.
You are choking on your hatred of this.
You're telling me this, so I'm guessing that that favorite flower is not even a native to the planet, but is able to prosper and multiply like crazy. So take the goddamn plant, find its immunity, and plant that immunity into the other plants.
What you're asking is for gene manipulation and using the CRISPR method. But again, that's going to be a hell of a lot of trial and error, and especially with plants, you could probably end up making it worse. Yeah. Because the only time I've ever really seen the CRISPR method do something interesting was the glow-in-the-dark cats.
What?
They were able to take the bioluminescent gene out of jellyfish and put it and splice it into the DNA of cat eggs. So when the egg matures into a kitten, the kitten is able to glow in the dark. So it's usually like around their nose, their eyes, and their ears, or like wherever there's white fur that you can see a faint glow through that. Oh yes, glow in the dark cats are real.
Y'all picked the dumbest thing to make instead of something helpful for the world.
No. Well, the thing is, there was a point of them doing that to see if they can actually do gene manipulation to reduce the chances of cancer. Yeah, that's
so until the point until they can find the perfect immunity.
Yeah, so like this to actually see what kind of genes actually work. Bushbuck Dance and That's Debatable are still two good cards. Why do you always let me...
Why do you keep giving us bullshit cards when we need the real cards?
Wait. 3 seasons of heavy food rationing, getting more and more strict as the year dragged on, and the fields continued to struggle. You've been wasting away. You all have. It's not just the lack of calories. There just aren't enough vitamins and good stuff in the food you are eating. Oh, come on!
Are you kidding me?
Your muscles ache all the time. Sometimes you feel strangely euphoric, filled with an inexplicable energy.
They seeing shit. Look at the background. They seeing shit.
Oh, excuse me, little creature. Put that tongue back in your mouth.
They seeing shit. Look at that wheelie shit.
And probably in the dream. Inexplicable energy, but it often feels like there are weights tied to your shoulders pulling you down. You don't have the energy to do it anymore. Even the prospect of getting up to find food feels too much effort. Better just lay down and accept it. Despite being tired, you can't fall asleep. You spend entire days in a haze fog. Ooh. Okay.
What
if they have water, they can still survive like a good couple of weeks. If they don't have water either, it could be just days before they start dying.
I'm so tempted to go on Google and find the answer if they actually found food or not.
Stop. Look, we kept going back and saving people. We're going to have to deal with some things.
Why do I feel like one of our decisions is going to cause the consequences of our actions and go see
At least you hardly feel the hunger now. Oh, no, you're going to always feel that hunger. And it's hard to tell dreams from reality. Honestly?
I was thinking about that too.
Last week you were brushing...
Look at you seeing shit! You're seeing shit so hard!
Last week you were brushing your teeth when you noticed some of your teeth are wiggling. You brush and brush and watch all your teeth begin to fall out, clinking to... Oh, that's a stress dream. That's a stress dream. Like, your teeth falling out, that is a stress thing. Horrified, you start screaming, only to snap out of it and realize you've been staring at yourself in the mirror the whole time, lost in hallucination. Actually, that is something that actually does happen. If you stare at yourself in the mirror too long, you actually do start to hallucinate. Yeah, it can happen in as short as 30 minutes.
What the fuck? I stared at myself in the mirror for 30 minutes.
Well, the thing is like your mind gets bored, and then it starts getting creative, and you start seeing some fucked up shit. Yeah. Your friends stop working and retreat to their quarters. You lie to each other on the HoloNet, all saying you're okay, just taking it easy, waiting for the harvest. Well, the harvest came and went, as meager as ever. Your mother still hasn't given up and never rests, never stops working, as much as your dad begs her to. She must be sleeping in geoponics because you hardly see her in the family quarters. Oh, we need to go talk to Mom. I think she's kind of feeling responsible. From where you lie nestled in your cozy fugue,
it's not your fault for causing it. It's the stupid circumstance of that stupid wormhole bullshit crash.
Yeah. Get your butt out of the bed. You need to go. You need to go find your mom. You try but end up collapsing off your bunk. You barely have the energy to climb back up to bed. You don't feel pain or fear, just a strong urge to lie there and stare at a poster of a pink cat. They finally acknowledged the cat on the wall, which you do for hours. You're pretty sure that behind those yellow disc eyes is trying to tell you something about the nature of the universe, the cycles of space and time. Have you been here before? Or is this the first time? Your mom comes to your bedside and tries to feed you some of her rations. No. She looks like hell, shallow-eyed and gaunt, but she refuses to stop working. She says she can't keep the rations down anyway. They upset her stomach. Please, Solana, she whispers, please eat.
What's that you?
So hungry. +2 to all other strength cards. No, you need to eat, Mother. I took a big hit on toughness, but we have to keep Mom alive too. You stoically turn your nose up at your mom's rations. You're not sure you could stomach them anyway. You don't remember much of the next week, except all those all-knowing yellow eyes staring down from the poster on your wall, and your parents coming and going.
Look at the fucking cat. I think they just changed the face and he's looking whack, man.
Too weak to protest anymore, you eventually escape the extra rations. It's a relief, but then when your head clears, you can walk again. But your mother refuses to rest. Both of your parents feel responsible for this famine, but as head of geoponics, your mom takes it personally. She's been skipping meals, relying on water and pressed soy bar rations, just enough calories to keep a body moving, but not enough to stay healthy. She never lets up, working herself to the bone, barely sleeping, increasingly sallow-eyed and gaunt. You and your dad try to slow her down, but, well, she's a stubborn woman. And if not her, she says, then who? This is bad. You and your dad are in the lounge, slowly sipping your vegetable broth, when there's a commotion at the door. Someone runs in, gasping for breath, yelling for you and your father to go to geoponics. You run over, knowing deep in your pit that something terrible has happened. When you see the faces of the agriculturists, your mom's people, you know that feeling is real. Your dad sees her first. He lets out a cry like something you never heard before, a deep, unimaginable pain dragged up from the darkest parts of where fear lives.
She died?
No! She died! Your dad falls to his knees beside the frail body of your mother. He pulls her into his arms and sobs, wretched and agonized.
Because she kept refusing to eat.
You don't even know what to think. Your mom always seemed larger than her body, but seeing her now, there's nothing there. Just a fragile shell. They tell you she didn't even cry out. She just went to her knees and then laid down in the dirt, and that was it. She's gone. All skill increases reduced by 1 to 3 months. And some jobs and actions can't be performed.
And there's nothing we can do to stop it, can we?
No. Your mother's body is taken to the incinerator room. That night, the colony gathers to pay their respects. Shall we join?
Yeah.
Oh my god, The incinerator room has been cleared and a wreath of flowers have been placed over the mouth of the organics recycler. They're white astronita, your mother's favorite flower, carefully carried from Earth with the hopes of it flourishing on Ventruma, just like you. You stand with your father and Aunt Anne. Udicott and the rest of the council are there as well, including Rhett. You're surprised to see tears rolling down his face. He's such a hard ass in the garrison. Cal is here with all the other agriculturists. The rest of the colony waits in the canteen to offer their condolences after the service. Governor Udicott gives the eulogy. As a colony...
No! I knew there was something sus going on!
What do you mean?
You know how we somehow can miraculously save everybody's deaths in the nick of time?
Yeah.
But for some reason we can't save Mom? So I was like...
You went and checked.
We can save her!
What?
It was because the reason why we lost so much food is because of biology. Because of biology, that's why we lost her.
God damn. As a colony, we share our blessings, she begins. However, today, in a sad company, we gather to share the burden of our grief. Fluorescent. That was her name? Fluorescent.
Who? Oh, your mom?
Lulu.
I'm done.
Fluorescent was born on Earth, but she, more than many of us, exemplified the spirit of our endeavor to bring life to beyond the stars. She bore life, not only in her body, but bringing it forth from the ground she so faithfully attended. The debt we owe to her is the kind that can never be repaid, she continues. It is with a deep and unbearable grief that we must continue on without her, in awe and respect of her sacrifice, the depth of which was never expected of her, but which she did not expect of anyone. It is on her strong shoulders that she carries us still. Udicott closes the door to the recycler, and the particle disintegrators begin to reclaim the molecules that was once formed your mother. Your father squeezes your shoulder, making a small, choked-off noise of pain.
What the fuck is the cake that Tammy gives us?
Soy cakes.
That's not it.
As a community, we remember Fluorescent. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, her sacrifice is recognized in the manifest body of the colony. The ceremony is adjourned in a canteen, where a somber wake is held in your mother's memory. There isn't enough food to dull the emotions, and your empty stomach only reminds you of her unfinished work.
Wow.
Your father is the new head of geoponics. In a few hours, he receives your mother's remains so he can add them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil. I was right! They disintegrate the bodies and then they use it as dirt. Oh, that hurts. That hurts even more.
What hurts me even more is the fact that biology could have saved us all.
How much biology would we have needed?
It was basically biology and animals, because every time we were on track about keep going outside to find food, but the problem is that our biology and animals was not high enough, because every time we interacted with those cutscenes, we would technically have a higher chance of collecting every bit of food, and then we will watch the meter to make sure we're above a certain level.
Ah. Okay. You touch the cool lid of the container, marveling that your mother could fit in a small box. You don't have to be okay, your dad says quietly. His voice is thick with emotion. I know I'm not. I have to keep going where she left off, but if you can, you should take some time off. Fuck that, we're going to work. Your mom wouldn't want you to be weak. She toiled too hard for you to sit around feeling sorry for yourself while there was work to be done. Man, that was a mom to the end, though.
Bad salty. That is what. That is. We would think that Dad would fly out the window with his sneezing habits of pooping sparkles.
No, pooping sparkles was tame.
I mean sneezing sparkles.
A few days after the funeral, surveyors returned with an unexpected bounty from the Valley of Vertigo. It's enough to survive for another month. Oh, that makes me pissed off.
Someone to resurrect body and I refuse, the mother dies.
Okay, so if we do resurrect, load.
The thing is that they said from the way it is, we were literally, like I said, we were on the right track. How we doing animals and stuff like that. The only problem was biology, and they said you have to do it before the age of 14 because at the age of 14 we have access to the outside.
Okay. But, so the closest resurrect button that we could do is from the 15th, from 10 days ago.
10 days is not enough.
And that is like...
They said literally the beginning of 14, before even 14, you access to 14.
Then we would have to go into...
2 years, to 2 or 3 years back?
We would have to go a ways back. So we would probably have to do it on another run. Okay?
Yeah.
This is going to be the first consequence we can't undo. And it's
might be ideal to just... It might be ideal to freaking just save per year. Like, have an individual save out, like, for the year of 14, 15, the year of 16, the year of 17, whatever, until the year of the end game. So that, like...
Yeah, I know we need some time off. We are in a bad way right now. Anemone picks at her facial scales. I can't believe your mom is gone, she says. She was like super tough. So much cooler than my mom.
I'm done.
Only you and Dice are outside.
I wonder what Dice says.
Dice scratches the back of his neck. Sorry about your mom, he says. She was a super hard ass, but she was kind of okay if you didn't have to be around her, I guess.
What kind of sentence is that?
He doesn't understand parents, okay? Either way, we're gonna have to take time off. But where should we take the time off?
In the where the Tammy thing is.
Okay. Relax in the lounge. We just sit and cry. The roar wakes you. A roar? Hold on. The roar wakes you. It could wake the dead. It shakes the walls, rumbles through the ship's hull, and makes your heart skip a beat. You're paralyzed by a sudden clench of fear in your gut. Through the porthole window, you hear metal screeching and people shouting, and another roar, guttural and rumbling like the sound of a mountain collapsing. Something enormous is out there. And we have bravery 20 or greater. We're at 53. So you need to go out and face it. You don't know what gives you the courage, but you run to the fields, face a horrible creature, face to...
What the fuck? What the fuck is... What the... Rewind, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't... No, rewind! I wasn't paying attention!
We literally went outside to see what the hell was going on. That's it. That's all I did. And it's Anemone and Comb. Wait.
Oh dear God.
That's not good. It has no face.
What did you do to the planet that summoned the wrath of God on your ass?
I don't know.
All I was doing was saying, can we save the Mimas? I was just trying to find proper information to save the Mimas. And I looked down for 1 second and you attracted this.
I didn't do nothing.
I looked down for 1 second like, I want to save the Mimas. I look up, you summoned the wrath of God. What did you press?
I think we found the eldritch horror that was leading.
Is that fucking Cthulhu's cousin?
I don't know. But
what you mean it has no face? What is that? What the fuck are those things? They're eyeballs?
Eyeballs, but that's not a face.
I mean, the ass is the part of face.
It's a face-ish. Face adjacent. But the thing is, the fact that we're seeing this, and it's these two.
Oh my God. She got a fucking ring!
Yeah. In place of a face, or even head, it's
hey,
just...
look at our boo-boo ass combat. We can't do shit.
It's just...
Look at our boo-boo ass combat. Why are we out here? We can only... Our perception can't do shit here.
Okay. And its body just unzips, revealing a mass of writhing pink tentacles and blinking eyes, pocketed with jagged asymmetrical teeth.
Honestly, I think it's a good thing our Meemaw died before that.
Yeah.
Shit. Where your God have mercy. Save the peepaws!
As wide across as tree trunks. Clinging on its back is a thick slug-like tail with clumps of lichen that glow faintly. Lichen. The creature is nearly twice the height of a greenhouse and standing on top of a flattened one. The wreckage of the lattice and plants all around. Flickers of light from...
Hold on a sec. You just said you flattened the greenhouse. Isn't that where your food storage is?
Probably.
So we just lost more food.
The stench of ozone is thick in the air. You see Anemone and her brother Calm darting in and around their legs with twin shocks of red hair. The faceless creature lurches into another greenhouse, oblivious of the soldiers trying to herd it away. So it is after the greenhouse.
What I told you, y'all growing shit that's attracting them.
The monster left a trail of destruction where it smashed right through the walls. Smaller creatures are pouring in from the gap and heading towards Command. Oh shit!
So what I tell you?
We have to make a choice: help Anemone and Comb, or save Governor Udicott.
Why am I here? What is going on?
Save help.
Save the profile. Save the profile. Save the profile. Save the profile.
Want me to save?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Existential crisis. Okay.
Yes.
Overwrite that. Ready? Who do we go to?
I mean, you're about to die anyway, but they never gave a hint of who's gonna take after Udicott. But Curly Fries is our friend and brother from day we were babies.
We have to do something. Help Anemone and Calm.
This is why we got the save button, so we know.
You and that damn save button.
Hey, you know that save button save lives.
But the thing is, it's like we need to have consequences to what we do. How are we going to learn? And here's the thing. This is the first run. We're supposed to make mistakes. It's like the first child. It's always going to be the fuck up.
Hey, I am the only child with that supposed to me.
Oh, you are the ultimate fuck up.
I'm done.
But who do we help? Because the other thing is fight the monster by ourselves. And we both know we can't do that.
We're a boo-ass combat. Well, from the knowledge that we know so far, the soldiers that are trying to herd the monsters away, they're ignoring them. The monster is specifically going towards greenhouses and Command. So
No, the smaller ones are going to command, so the big one might be a distraction.
So I think since they're technically ignoring the soldiers, I think we should focus on saving Unicott.
Okay. The smaller creatures make a beeline for command, slipping into the heart of the colony while the defense squad is distracted. The line of slinking many-legged beasts pass by much easier targets, moving with eerie, almost tactical purpose.
Where the fuck is Dice? That's my question.
He fucked the fuck off! Whatever's happening, you gotta stop him. Scenes in chaos, the blast doors that should have protected the bridge from depressurization in space are held open by a mound of corpses, both human and animal. And inside you hear Governor Unicott screaming for someone to help. And it's normal difficulty. Okay, we got a +2 though. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have a hell of a time.
Yeah, again with the boo-boo ass cards. +2 to other.
We are not gonna make it. Cause we gotta try to get this. Let's
28?
see. 5, 5, 4, 2. Yeah.
I mean, we can push through some stress.
But here's the thing. Okay, it only gives us 15, so we can push.
Okay.
You beat back beasts to help Utica escape the bridge. As you shelter under a meeting room table, you hear horrible noises from the rest of the ship. Metal screeching, a terrible abomination roaring, the sounds of the creatures outside tearing their way through the hallways and thrashing everything. Suddenly, the ship lurches drops a few feet, buckling under the weight of something massive. Out the porthole, you see a fleshy pink tentacle slap against the side of the ship before the faceless abomination outside crashes it to the ground, taking out the entire wall of the ship. Utica sobs quietly in her hands in the sudden silence. You wait a long time until congruence gives you the all clear. The council calls an all-colony meeting to face the aftermath of the attack. In the oppressive gloom of Glow, you gather near engineering with the other survivors. It's one of the few buildings still standing. The corpse of the Faceless still sits in the caved-in wreckage of the stratosphere, spilling its flaccid pink tentacles from its horror zipper-toothed maw. It's already beginning to stink. At least the governor survived. Utica takes the stage and thanks you personally for rescuing her from the attack. Because of your bravery, the colony still has its leader. Where's the butt? She also acknowledges the bravery of the defense squad, finding their heroism is finally taking down the Faceless. If only I hadn't gotten away from them and stampeded into the stratospheric, at least they stopped it before it got to engineering, as it would have activated the reactor and left a crater the size of an asteroid impact.
Huh?
They may be after the reactor that's keeping us all, with power.
Oh, wow.
Geoponics is gone. The greenhouse is destroyed. The fields are trampled. After a year of suffering, starving, and only barely scraping by, you're not just back to where you started. It's even worse. Everything your mom sacrificed herself for, gone in one night. The entire front half of the stratospheric has been destroyed. The living quarters, the canteen, the garrison, the lounge, even the creche. All gone. It's only by some stroke of luck that people hiding in the creche weren't killed.
Oh my god.
So Tammy could have been dead.
But we couldn't even go to the creche either way.
Yeah. Governor Utica solemnly reads the names of those who lost their lives. Too many. And you all stand for a moment of silence. You feel the weight of a loss like a blow to your chest. Anemone and her family cry out when her brother Calm's name is called. And their quiet sobbing continues through the silence.
Oh my god. So we just lost the mom and her brother.
Mm-hmm. With the living quarters destroyed, everyone moves into the engineering wing for shelter. You're crowded into the classroom with other families. The adults try to make it seem like a sleepover, but you're all still so shaken. Tammy doesn't return to the classroom. The little ones got out okay, but she's still in med bay. It will be for a while.
The fuck happened to Tammy?
Anemone cries out about her brother and screams at anyone who tries to comfort her. Eventually, you all just ignore her grief, as painful as it is to hear her sobbing at night. In morning again. You feel like you've been awake for days and you'll never fully sleep again. But you try. But you jerk awake, crying out of fear. Eventually you fall asleep sitting up, held in your father's arms. Your sleep is fitful, but mercifully dreamless.
Hey.
I also just thought about something. Was that the monster Tammy was hearing?
Huh?
Was the faceless the monster Tammy was hearing?
Oh, when she said from the other day when she kept hearing like weird.
She said she hears them every night.
And she didn't say nothing?
She told us, but she never. But other than just like being a little antidote, like saying, "Oh, she's just scared of the planet. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine." She had a reason.
Because she has super
So
hearing.
she knew. In a way, she knew.
She didn't know what it is, but she had
A feeling that there was something worse out there. Yeah. Wow. Wow, look.
Everything is gone, so we can't earn money anymore.
Wow.
You can't learn anything new. So you really gotta learn everything you can before the age of 14.
I know it's hard, Cal says, fiddling nervously with a tassel on his shirt. But I just think, what would your mom do right now? She wouldn't complain, that's for sure. Dad's examining a bit of rubble, turning it over in his hands. I wonder if we're ever going to find, like, alien tech, he says. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, it'd be cool, but this is not the time, my guy. You can go outside butt naked for all I care. At this point, we're kind of screwed. This is just... Yep. Only the school stands. We might actually have to go out and get food. Mars crosses her arms and sulks. What is the point of having all these kudos if I can't actually use them to, like, buy stuff we need? Like,
oh, at
hello?
least Mars didn't die.
It's not like I can mail order some supplies through the wormhole. I want to slap you. This is the year you will get your ass kicked by me. Tangent frowns. I just don't understand, she says. Why now? Why does it keep getting worse? Honestly, we can pretty much stop here since this is a new year. And I think we might actually have to go out and find stuff. Yeah. So, existential crisis, we are going to save it again. And we'll stop here because we screwed up bad. We screwed up big bad. Dad, you okay? It's been hard to talk to your dad about everything. Losing your mom, then losing the colony right after is too much to take. Neither of you know what to say. Yeah, we are screwed. Ain't that right, Feats? Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Definitely on the second run, we'll be a bit more well informed of what to do.
And yeah, and this time we need to find stuff to just prevent everybody dying. Whoever else dies, since we know that thank God Curly Fries didn't die, but we saved the governor.
Yeah.
Because it makes more sense because the prompt literally says that it's ignoring the soldiers. So I would say that they have a higher chance of living Yurika is just like an old lady who don't even know what the hell she's doing. She only can talk shit, not bad shit.